Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Much peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. You brothers and you sisters wholeheartedly waiting upon the Lord Yahweh to send his only begotten son Yahushai to deliver us from this captivity. To you, I say shalom. This is going to be a real quick video. And it was something that I actually heard this a while ago. But it came back because of something that I heard today. So a while back, I heard, because I was watching some dude live stream or whatever, and basically, he was responding to the comments. People were making comments about like money and wealth and income and things like that. And the dude, he made a statement. He said, well, most of Generation Z wealth is being gambled away, right? So you had, the previous generations who had, a certain amount of wealth. They may have had a home, they may have had a little bit of land, or whatever the case may been, but they had something. They had some form of wealth. This generation has absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing, right? You don't have your own home. You don't own your own car. And if you do own your own car, it's old, it's definitely older than 2020, So a lot of Generation Z or Gen Z or whatever this millennium is, a lot of their wealth is being gambled away. That's why you have a lot of these advertisements, MGM Bet, ESPN Bet, FanDuel, you name it. It's a lot of DraftKings, right? Easy Picks, whatever. All of these different gambling methods, and it is because it's easily accessible. It's a quick download. You load up your money, and then you poof, it just fucking disappears. You see? And what they'll do is they'll let you win a couple dollars, to get you hooked. And next thing you know, now you're just constantly putting your money within these gambling sites. So a lot of this generation's wealth is being gambled away. And I would say, wow, that's very true. So what I heard today, I heard a old woman, man. She's an older woman, no younger than 55, and she said, out on break or whatever, I'm walking past. She goes, so what's funny? I haven't been on FanDuel in so long. They send me an email saying, "Hey, here's $10. We miss you." and it cracked me up because I'm like, man, everybody and their grandma is out here gambling. Everybody. And it's the reason why. It's because Esau Edom has set this kingdom up for you to be in debt. You are in debt. You are a servant to this man. And everybody understands that you can't do anything without money. Scriptures say that money is a defense. So when you go into these different apps and these different gambling sites, there's that hope of a big payout. Oh yeah, man, this is gonna get me up out of the hood, or this is gonna help me. What I'm saying? I'm not gonna have to work at this job no more if I hit this. Niggas are really putting their entire check on bet slips and parlays. That's why the scriptures say. And I'm gonna read it because we're in the toes, man, of of the heathen rulership. We're at the very, very, very end of the heathen's rulership, and the head of this rulership is Esau Edom. This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And people are mourning, man. That's why everybody and their auntie is out here gambling, trying to make a couple dollars, and in the midst of it, they're losing their money. So not only do you not have money, the little bit of money that you do have, you're losing it with the attempt of trying to make more money. You see? And then now it's putting you in a position where you have to do extreme things or what they say, do something strange for a piece of change just to make ends meet. Right? And we know what let me grab this. Oldie but goodie. This is Haggai 1:6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, and ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. See? So this similar to now. We're in the same similar situation. Now you got ration. You might have been able to go get your favorite meal every Friday at your favorite restaurant. Now you kind of you got a meal prep. The money that you was making used to come in, it was flowing. Now you got a budget. You see? And it's this society is just, you got bills every which way, every corner you turn, every step you take. There's a bill, and if you're not paying attention to these different bills, it can sneak up on you. You end up spending money, too much money in one area. Now you don't have enough money to pay or cover this bill. Now late fees, you get hit with a late fee, and it's very stressful, man. So that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hey, we really got to get the hell up out of here. This is Sirach 11:11. It says, there is one that laboreth and taketh pains and maketh haste, and is so much more behind. And I'm laughing because this is reality, man. We're really you can literally try your hardest to get ahead, and the harder you try to get ahead, the harder you try to make something happen, the harder you try to make you try to get a side income or a second income or whatever the case may be, you end up putting yourself more in the hole, and that's why we have to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because if you're not trusting in the Lord, bro, there is no other way. Everybody is struggling. Everybody is catching hell. That's why people are going to bug the fuck out. You're going to have civil war. You're going to have people invading one another for lack of bread. Why? Because people are stressed the hell out. People, you ain't got money to partake in your pleasures anymore. You don't have money to go on these fancy trips anymore. You don't have money to even just feel comfortable. Everybody's paycheck to paycheck. And then some people we work you get paid bi-weekly. So now you gotta stretch your money out for an entire 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. And we know that's wicked because the scripture said, defraud not a man's wages, or hold not a man's wages. Let's see if I can find that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this is Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 13. Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. And that's exactly what Esau does, man. Every day you work, and you supposed to walk out with a paycheck in your hand. Every single day. But you got to wait. Really, we're waiting 2 weeks. Because when you first start a new job, you don't get paid that first week. You get paid that following Friday. You see, so you wait an entire 7 days. You worked that 7 days. You got to wait another 7 days just to get that previous check from last week. So that shit is wicked, man. And you got to understand that hey, this place is about to be destroyed. In the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, this place is going to be destroyed, man. There is no building here. There is no generational wealth for our people. And it's set up like that because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he wants his men, his people to lean on him. But what's going to happen? You're going to have 2/3 of our people lean on Egypt because they trust in Egypt. This is, and I'm going to end it here. Isaiah 36:6, Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. You see, so this place is like a broken reed or staff. You know, when you have a wooden staff, or what they say reed, you know, it's got splinters, you know, it's a sharp point, right? You're supposed to put the palm of your hand on the top of it. It's supposed to help. You're supposed to be able to use your upper body strength and push down and lean on it in order to keep your legs, you know, stable. But this rod or this reed is sharp and pointed at where you put your hand at. So when you lean on it, it pierces inside of your hand. You see? And in the spirit, this represents the MOTB. So 2/3 of our people, even though they're catching all this hell, even though, you know, they don't have any wealth, you don't have any. That's why that quote, you will own nothing and be happy. You will own nothing and be happy. That's exactly what we're witnessing here. Because why? Most of Generation Z's wealth is being gambled away. And never to be seen again. Esau Edom has set it up to how he can extract every single penny, nickel, and dime from you. He's not satisfied with just having the whole world in his hands, all the gold, silver, you know, the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven. He's not satisfied with that. He wants everything that you have too. And that's why Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is about to take this man out and set up one that is profitable to the earth. So like I said, I just wanted to make that real quick through the spirit. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chagadash.